present my team to talk about introduction and conclusion for this project. In our knowledge, we all know that the processor is an integrated electronic circuit that performs the calculations that run a computer. A processor performs arithmetical, logical, input or output I/O, and other basic instructions that are passed from an operating system OS. Most other processors are dependent on the operations of a processor. Data processor, central processing unit CPU, and microprocessor are commonly linked as synonyms. Most people use the word processor interchangeably with the term CPU nowadays. It is technically not correct since the CPU is just one of the processors inside a personal computer PC. The graphic processing unit GPU is another processor, and even some hard drives are technically capable of performing some processing. A processor is made of four basic elements. The first one is the arithmetic logic unit ALU, the floating point unit FPU, register, and the cache memories. The Gigabyte Rex 14K is a high-end processor from its 14th generation lineup, built to offer high computing capabilities for both enthusiasts and professionals, giving you a blend of exceptional performance and thermal stability. With 20 cores and 28 threads, the CPU is designed to be used in certain places such as gaming and content creation, which require multiple powerful cores and threads open at the same time. The Gigabyte Rex 14K delivers excellent speed and responsiveness thanks to forward-looking technologies like Intel Turbo Boost and support for the latest memory standards. Designed for both efficiency and optimal performance, the Cascade Lake architecture is a top pick for flyers who want state-of-the-art processing power in their systems. These processors utilize Intel's 10nm process technology, referred to as Intel 7, and features lower core voltage and low power consumption compared to their predecessors. Intel 7 is currently the most used CPU architecture metric for the consumer electronic gadgets devices globally. The 10nm node will feature a 10 to 15% performance increase per watt. Not only that, but the CPU has a suffix K on its name, which means that the overclock feature had already been unlocked. Overclocking allows the user to increase the CPU's processing frequency beyond the maximum factory settings and thereby increase the cycle per instruction CPI.
My name is Adwan, and I would like to present about application of CPI equation in our assignment on how to design a processor. As you can see here, there are two different processors. One is our own homemade Gigabyte Rex 14K, and the next is AMD Ryzen 7 7800 X3D. Here are the criteria that we have taken into account when it comes to designing our CPU. The CPU core, thread, max boost clock, base clock, L1 cache, L2 cache, L3 cache, instruction set, and power consumption. CPI is a measurement to indicate how many cycles it will take for the CPU to execute a task based on its clock speed. As you can see here, here's the formula of CPI, which is total clock cycle divided by total instruction. As you can see here, we have three different total clock cycles, which is then divided by total number of instruction, which is 3. So for Gigabyte Rex 14K, we scored 0.32. Meanwhile, for Ryzen 7 7800 X3D, we scored 0.43. Overall, it can be concluded that Gigabyte Rex 14K has a lower CPI card, which indicates that it is actually more efficient and adept at performing fast complex computation compared to our rival CPU, Ryzen 7 7800 X3D, which means that Gigabyte Rex 14K is able to distribute its workload and has better multi-performance for parallel processing compared to Ryzen 7 7800 X3D. Next, I would like to continue with presenting Amdahl's law. As you can see, here's the formula for Amdahl's law: 1 divided by 1 minus p plus p divided by n. As you can see here, the total value of the processing task that has been executed by both CPUs and earned a score of 70%, which is then converted into decimal, which means p is equal to 0.70. And then n, on the other hand, however, is the total number of processors that our CPU Gigabyte Rex 14K has. Meanwhile, AMD Ryzen 7 7800 X3D has 8 CPU cores. For Gigabyte Rex 14K, the result is 2.99 seconds. Meanwhile, AMD Ryzen 7 7800 XGD obtained 2.58 seconds. Based on the equation above, we can conclude that Gigabyte RX 14K has a greater potential speedup compared to AMD Ryzen 7 7800 XGD. The main factor that contributes to this result is basically that our own homemade CPU Gigabyte RX 14K has more cost compared to our rival CPU AMD Ryzen 7 7800 XGD, which is 20 cores against 8 cores. That's all.
The Gigabyte RX 14K is a CPU that can be considered as a very versatile CPU that's good not only for the typical office work like Microsoft Office related, but it's also very capable of handling next generation video game titles crack all the way to 4K settings without suffering too much hiccups. The Gigabyte RX 14K is definitely able to handle a variety of different workloads for a long period of time while maintaining a good performance without suffering from latency. This CPU is a great choice for both regular consumers and professionals like developers and gamers. That's all from me. Thank you.